he said we talk too much on our podcast, but he's been kind of going on other people's stream and just like talking too much, if you will. I found it funny. I thought it was cute.
All right. So speaking of Dillon Brooks trolling Paul George. So we all know Dillon Brooks came out and in addition to trolling Paul George, he also said, Draymond Green isn't good at basketball and he's focused on his podcast. Let me play it again for you guys.
I be getting on dudes that want to do the podcast during while they're playing.
Like Paul George and Draymond Green?
They're all terrible.
You don't like Draymond's podcast?
Oh, you talk too much.
Now we all know Draymond Green and Dillon Brooks, they had like a little past. I don't know exactly. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Dillon Brooks, Draymond. I think Draymond called him out for like not shaking their hands when he was with Houston.
Draymond Green called out Dillon Brooks for running away and not shaking hands. After the Warriors eliminated the Rockets, Dillon Brooks apparently went right into the locker room and didn't stay on the court to shake hands with any Warriors players. Draymond Green, who has history with Brooks, called him out and says antics like that is the reason nobody respects him.
He ran off the court. Don't lose and then not face the music. You a sucker, man. Dillon Brooks couldn't come.
So clearly Draymond Green and Dillon Brooks are they're not really good friends. But Dillon Brooks came out and said he's not good at basketball. Now he's not good at basketball. He's focused on the podcast.
For me, but I'm saying they're not good at basketball.
Thank you, brother.
Because they're so focused on the. I be getting.
Yeah, man. So, and now when I posted this, right? When did I post this? I posted this. Damn, yesterday. So Draymond Green, he on timing. So Draymond Green actually responded to Dillon Brooks, and do I have the partial clip? Is this the partial clip or do I have the full clip?
I know everyone is looking for a response to Dillon Brooks' comments about podcasts. He said he was speaking on me and Paul George doing podcasts. He said they're not good at basketball, so focus on hoops. And I don't really feel the need to get in back and forth. If I was Dillon Brooks, I wouldn't have too much love for this podcast either. Being how he was annihilated on this podcast, possibly, aided in him being traded away from.
Now I couldn't find the clip, but I think Draymond probably spoke on him in the past on his podcast, and I guess Dillon Brooks is probably took one of it, and is granted they don't like each other at all in general. Not saying that that's the reason why he said that, but
the Memphis Grizzlies, where he ultimately said, he really enjoyed playing there. So I get it. I completely get it. And yeah, he said we talk too much on our podcast, but he's been kind of going on other people's stream and just talking too much, if you will. I found it funny. I thought it was cute. Those guys talk too much on those podcasts. I think, there are some people that you can go talk to that about. You say they're not good at basketball. When I started this podcast, what made guys really comfortable with having these podcasts was because I was an all-star and a world champion, NBA champion in the same year. And so, we heard that noise before. But, I think, how some people they be throwing shots and stuff when they doing the rollout of an album. And I would just tell y'all, look out for something big from Dillon Brooks. Maybe he's about to become a streamer or something of that nature. Maybe he's got something he's about to release or something, because he keep going and talking like he's trying to create these headlines. And if I'm a part of your album rollout, I get it. I know my name.
Draymond gonna always Draymond. But the whole wasn't able to make his first All-Star thing, that was hilarious. But we all know Dillon Brooks, and in my opinion, I think he was snubbed a bit from the reserve list. I think he should have been an All-Star. Granted, Dillon Brooks, you could tell he's been in the lab. Do I have some of his highlights? This guy has been in the fucking lab. Where is it? Hold on. I think he had 40 Devin Booker didn't play that game. He was out with an injury, but yeah, 40 against the Pistons. 48-4 against the Pistons. Check out these clips.
I mean, this is right here. I mean, sidestep 3. And I'm talking about this is good defense, man.
But Devin Booker did not play. Jalen Green did not play.
Nah, so he been hooping. So, but granted, you know, it's still funny that Draymond said that. So yeah. Was there something else Dillon Brooks said? He came out with a bunch of stuff. Okay.